Yeah. Let's go.
Reedy Row!
Holy cow.
Yeah.
What a day. The Colorado Buffaloes put BTA.
Is that about to fall?
No,
No, the music was playing.
We could just hear it.
Oh, sorry. That was you guys.
You remember how he got on me and he got
Yeah.
on himself because he didn't get on himself?
Yep.
It's the DNVR postgame show. Colorado put BTA to Oklahoma State 52-0. Goose egg.
Bro, honestly, a belt doesn't do the damage that Colorado just did to Oklahoma State.
No.
It's like golf club to ass.
Baseball bat. We're presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Use promo code BUFFS, BUFFS for $20 off your first purchase.
How much do y'all remember Coming to America? The movie.
A little bit.
When the landlord took them upstairs to the shitty apartment and he said, damn shame what they did to that dog. And it was an outline of a dog on the floor. Like, that was today. Like, it was beyond belt to ass.
Remember what I said yesterday when I said that you can get them to start thinking about the party in Stillwater later tonight?
Absolutely.
Because, like, Oklahoma State will be back in Stillwater by, like, 4 p.m.
Yep.
And I said, you go out there, you punch them in the mouth, and they will start thinking about the fact that the season is almost over. A nightmare season for them.
Truly.
And boy, if that didn't happen. Colorado went out there, took a immediate 14-0 lead, and then they just threw in the towel.
Yeah,
They had enough.
As I said when you said what you said, there's two things that happen when you taste your own blood. You either fight your ass off or you pack it in.
Yep.
And 14-0, they tasted their own blood in their mouth, and they said, you know what?
I'm tired of this taste.
They said, anybody got some salt water? I'm ready to gargle and get the hell out of here.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
On a more emotional note, I'm glad I have my sunglasses on because I might get emotional about this.
Oh, boy.
But I just got to say, I couldn't be more proud to have had this group of seniors represent the colors, the name, the university, the football team that I have spent my whole life loving. These guys, whether it be Shedeur, Shiloh, Travis Hunter, Levante Bentley, Cameron Silman Craig, the list goes on and on and on. Nakai Hill Green. I'm going to obviously not be able to name every single player, but they made me today and so many other days really, really proud to be a Colorado Buffalo. And that hit hard when they were walking down there doing their senior day moments.
Yeah.
And then for them to go out there and put on that performance for their last game in Folsom, and for Shedeur's last pass as a Colorado Buffalo in Folsom Field, and Travis Hunter's last catch in Folsom Field to be a TD connection for them was just the icing on the cake. But I'll just reiterate, I couldn't be more proud that those guys wore Colorado across their chest for the last couple of years.
Special team, man. Special players, generational players, transcendent players. This is a once-in-a-lifetime football team we just had the pleasure of watching in person for every game this season. I mean, truly a treat.
I hear you. Amen. I'm not even going to spell out the email address. They know it by now. When we first got here and Coach Brown was talking about the Louis he was bringing, your words right now are speaking about the Louis that he brought.
Yep.
And not just the Jackson State Louis, but who he was going to recruit and sign. When you look at college programs across America, football programs across America, we've all heard the old adage, boys will be boys. When has this program been in trouble?
Never.
When has there been like a DUI or fight or this like, there were made up stuff, going across the past 18 months or so, but nothing of substance when it comes to discipline and character this program. One thing Pat Shermer said.
Do you know how badly people wanted to say that Coach Prime brought a bunch of thugs to Boulder?
Absolutely.
I mean, they are just writhing, wanting to say that, and this team gave them no opportunities.
One of the things Pat Shermer said last night to the group, why we're a good team, is that there are good people in this room. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't look around the room and find a quote-unquote bad person. Like, there's no bad apples, no bad seeds, and so you get what you get. Add in talent, and swagger and all that, and, you get 52-0 belt to ass. But I think that this team, from its inception, meaning when Coach Prime arrived here, and what's been added to it, because some of those seniors were one-and-done seniors. And you wouldn't know that they hadn't been playing here 4 or 5 years.
For real.
By the way the crowd treats them, by the way they treat the crowd, by the way they show reverence to the university. Can you pull a guy to line and he just automatically knows every word to the school song? I don't know that. But I bet he fights his ass off to the meaning of the school song.
Yep.
And this has just been a high-caliber team. 9 wins. 1-11 before Prime got here. 4-8. Now 9.
Yeah.
What? Come on, dog.
That doesn't happen. It literally doesn't happen.
No, it's incredibly rare, and that's what we have here. An incredibly rare football team, an incredibly rare head football coach. Mm-hmm. And speaking of moments that got me, Coach Prime, walking down with Jimmy Horn.
Yeah.
Whew. That was real, man. And that's the thing, though, is like it is real. Like, that's true love that he has for these guys. And I think that is why we're in this position. As much as, the coaching acumen, which there is a plentiful amount of, as much as the talent, which there is a plethora of, all of that takes you a long way. Mm-hmm. But the way that this team loves each other, for real, like the guy next to them, the way that the coaching staff loves the players, the way that these guys love their brothers, it's special. It's special, and it's why I believe in my heart of hearts that something special is going to happen tomorrow, and then something special is going to happen next weekend.
Yeah, they did their part. Of course, we're on wait and see. We have to wait till tomorrow, though, but we have tonight to soak this up and enjoy it. But, yeah, man, special players, I mean, you could tell from when a lot of those guys showed up damn near 2 years ago, when the Cam Stillman Craigs and the Shedeurs and the Travises showed up. It was just obviously their football talent, but damn, those guys are just different as people. They're like people you would want to be, like you'd want your kids to grow up and be.
Yep.
And then this year, just to see how everyone came together, especially with all the things that were said about them, all the nonsense that was talked about them that they had to go through, and the way they just grew a tighter bond through it all. It's admirable stuff, man.
It is. And it's so funny the way that, outsiders perceive this program or even perceive what it's like to be a fan of this program, because within the last 10 minutes, have people hop into my mentions, you'll go back to obscurity once Coach Prime leaves, this, that, the other. And it's like, you don't understand, bro. We already won.
Yeah.
Like, we went from having the worst football team I've ever laid eyes on to watching Travis Hunter lock up a fucking Heisman trophy in the last game of the season in front of a massive crowd, and then the whole crowd broke out in Heisman chants. You can never take that from me. Yeah. Like, you have to understand what it was like before to understand what it could ever be like after. Nothing will ever take this away. So, like, I already won. You can't. That doesn't matter to me. Coach Prime could leave tomorrow, and I don't think he will. But Coach Prime could leave tomorrow, and I would be like, yeah, that's fine. Like, we did it.
Yeah.
Like, we came back from the dead. We rose from the ashes and got to watch the most incredible players in America put on my favorite team's jersey. Like, I don't care. Like, everything else after this is gravy, and I think we're going to get a lot of gravy.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I already won.
Congrats on the dub.
Thanks.
Yeah, congrats on the dub, and many more to come. As Mata coined the phrase back at Jackson State, get used to it. I don't know who these, idiots are talking about, you know, what's going to happen when Coach Prime leaves. One, he ain't leaving no time soon. Two, Jake, you used the word, you know, and I understand the emotion behind it and the strength behind it, but you said once in a lifetime team. This is going to be a once every year team because the guy who's heading this team ain't going nowhere and ain't changing. Mm-hmm. Now, will we have a Travis Hunter 2 years from now? Nope. But we're going to have a team that you're going to sit here in the last regular season of the game and be about to cry again. Mm-hmm. Because that's the kind of people he attracts and recruits. That's the kind of coaching staff he attracts and recruits and retains. Like, this is going to happen year after year after year after year because you're dealing with a winner. Mm-hmm. And the winner is Coach Prime. So it's like, get used to it. This ain't going nowhere. And I can tell you the biggest thing that we got to grapple with or grasp and understand is going forward. How many losses do we have in conference?
2.
Do you know what that means right now? 2 ain't good enough to make the championship. Mm-hmm. This is a strong-ass conference.
Yeah.
When you can have 2 losses and you ain't in it, that lets you know, man, we got to work our ass off this spring. We're going to enjoy this moment, enjoy this bowl game, come see what happens Saturday. But this team, because of the way Coach Prime thinks and operates, is going to be better next year. You know how I know? Because it has to be. Because 9 wins wasn't good enough.
Yep.
Well said.
Now he's going for 10 or 11. So the people who are telling you, oh, your kids are going to leave, you're going to be crying. No, I'm going to be crying tears of joy because next year we got 10 wins.
Yeah.
11 wins. Because he ain't going to stop until he gets it done.
And I have to give you credit because it's something that we kind of knew, but from the moment Coach Prime got here, you told us, you were like, he just wins.
Yep.
This dude does not lose at anything he does in life.
He just
and
doesn't.
So it might take a year, but the dude.
In fact, I told you it's going to take a year. I said, just wait till year 2.
It's going to take a year.
Weather the storm. I love what the phrase you coined, let go of hell. Get ready to let go of hell year 2. Because this guy, by the time you give him and his staff and his organization, everything that goes with it, a full calendar year, not a football year, a calendar year, meaning you get to January and he's in charge. And he was in charge part of last year, but now he's got all of this year to put stuff in place. This is what you get.
Yeah.
You get a strength and conditioning program. You get a chef who was about to quit and said, damn, I believe this guy, I'm staying.
That's the thing.
A chef!
Well, and you said he just keeps building and building, and it's just, I mean, you said it too. I truly believe that this team next year, the Colorado Buffaloes, will be a more talented football team, top to bottom.
And that's what I was going to say. Look, it's going to be impossible to have a top level that matches Shedeur, Sanders, and Travis Hunter.
Absolutely. You can't do it.
And no one really can. Nope. But the average talent on this team, the median talent on this team, will be even better next year.
Nailed it.
Very confident.
You nailed it. Because what you have now, we mention those names all the time. Hell, some of them we can't even vote for prime player anymore.
Right.
A lot of them.
But then there's a drop-off, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you got to really search for the sleeper because there's a drop. You get to this time next year, like you're saying, that median player is going to be above the average of the median player this year.
Yeah, significantly.
And so the team improves. Like, you look at the wide receivers that you know are coming back. You look at the quarterback that you know is coming. You look at the offensive lineman that you know is. We hadn't even got to the D-line yet. We hadn't got to the linebackers in the portal yet. This team, if you think y'all hate us, let me look here. If y'all hate us at 9 wins, oh, man. Well, they're going to hate you at 11, RK.
UNCLE and NEE.
Yeah, you're right. Write this date down, man. I've seen the guy do it.
Clip this.
Yeah, please do. And throw it back in our face, week 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because you won't be able to. This guy knows how to build an organization. I've told folks when I've been out speaking that it ain't even about football. You could make Deion Sanders the CEO of Amtrak, and it would turn around because it's about people.
Yep.
Like, he knows how to get the right people in the right places, get out the way, let them do it, hold them accountable when they don't do it, get rid of their ass when they don't do it, and keep on trucking. 52-0. And we didn't score in the second quarter. We didn't even play football in the second quarter.
What was that?
That was wild.
Easily could have been 70-plus points.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Especially if they wanted to keep throwing the football at Travis Hunter.
Oh, dude. We talked about stopping the run, and we talked about, shout out to him, number 0, their all-world running back.
They did him dirty in this
my
game,
God. At one point, he had 1 yard.
He was pissed
and they
on
just
the sidelines.
stopped giving him the rock.
1 yard.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, they were done after the first quarter. They were warming up the buses. They were ready to, like you said, go home and party in Stillwater.
Yep.
They wanted nothing of this team after the first quarter.
They're about
maybe
to have
even halfway through the first quarter.
They're about to have the party of the year, man, because they finally got out of this game, and out of this season.
Yep.
I mean, there's so much to talk about. Maybe we'll get to it in helmet stickers, but everyone played well. Mm-hmm. We said last week after the game, no one played well, at least on defense.
Yep.
This week, everyone played well.
Yeah, they responded. I think that's what we wanted the most, is for them to respond to that Kansas loss, how in the fashion it happened, how embarrassing it was for them, and they truly did.
Absolutely.
You know what you just broke down, RK? I'm a movie guy. Shit in my head, reverse back to movie. Did you see Moneyball?
I did see Moneyball.
You don't replace Giambi with one player.
Yeah,
you replace him with 3 players.
Amen.
And you look at what the stats that Travis has, we're going to bring in like 3 guys that are not only going to match that, they're going to exceed it. It's just going to be with 3 receivers instead of 1.
Such a great point. Yep. And, like, I'm excited to just see all the different things they do to put Juju Lewis in successful situations. There'll be a competition because Coach Prime doesn't hand anyone anything, but I'm very confident based on the film that I've seen of Julian Lewis that he is going to be the starting quarterback next year. And I just think they're going to have all sorts of really cool offensive kind of innovations to make sure that they have their quarterback in a good position. Look, you can't lean on him the way you leaned on Shedeur, but I have full trust in this coaching staff to understand that. And I think you're going to see a whole different offense with different guys getting involved. Yeah. I mean, Quentin Gibson, I'm so excited for him. I mean, last night was a all-time great night in Colorado recruiting history. I haven't seen the stats yet. I'm guessing Kurt Dogg's going to send us a stat soon that says this is the biggest conference win in program history in terms of margin of victory. Like,
you won by 52 points.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that's the biggest margin of victory in conference history.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone was breaking a sweat on the escalator next week, but one thing I love about this escalator, I still can't see the top.
No, it's still
keeps going.
I will say this, with all the confidence I have in this staff and who's coming back and people who are coming that have yet to be named, I will still look at that camera and say this. If you're an offensive lineman and you just get off on run blocking, we got a place for you in Colorado. If you're a running back and you maybe got 1 year left, 2 years left, and you want to win a Heisman Trophy like Rashawn Salam did here, we got a place for you in Colorado. Because for all the conspiracy theorists out there who said it was daddy ball, all they're going to do is throw at Colorado, okay, well, if Shedeur's gone, then there's no more daddy ball. Yeah. Which means we got to go back to balanced ball, which means if you're a running back, you might want to come here because you got a freshman quarterback. Yep. So there's going to be equal opportunity.
Daddy ball all the way to another player on the team winning the Heisman Trophy.
Daddy ball all the way to the son winning the Golden Arm Award, the Johnny Unitas Award. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders for winning that, another national trophy in that hallway.
And we can wrap this segment here. Huge congratulations to Shedeur Sanders for winning the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm and
QB1.
I felt this as he was walking down with his brother and his dad, for his last game, and then it was solidified in stone, in gold plated as I watched him go all the way down to the end zone. This is probably 10 minutes after the game, all the way down to the end zone, and shake hands, take pictures, sign autographs with every single
for 100
fan.
yards.
100, maybe even 120 yards all the way to the other side. Shedeur Sanders is my favorite player in Colorado football history.
And for a guy who would have the green light to not be that way. Like you just labeled him your favorite, right?
Yep.
Had he not done that, you wouldn't have held against him because you could understand why he didn't do that.
Because
he's got to go to the press conference. His safety is in he doesn't have. He's almost like his dad in this regard. We forget Travis and Shedeur are celebrities. They're not just football players.
Yes.
And celebrities can't do what regular people do.
Nope. Yes.
But this guy still Shiloh went in the stands.
Yeah, I have a video of it.
Like they find a way. Like, you know what? I shouldn't do this, because it literally is not safe. No, everybody ain't your friend, but they like, you know what? Fuck it. I love the folks. The folks love me. I'm shaking every hand I can before I leave here.
It's the most special part about this team is the love from Buff Nation to the players and to coach. I think that's been obvious, but that love has been returned tenfold by Shedeur, by Coach Prime, by Travis, by Shiloh. Like they truly love Colorado. They love Boulder and CU. And it's been just awesome to watch the progression of this entire era, I guess.
And that's one of the coolest parts about this, because there's a lot of thoughts and feelings and honestly hate that gets thrown towards this city. And for true celebrities like Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh Sanders and Travis Hunter, true, multi-million follower celebrities, not just like college football celebrities, for them to come here and shine a light on, the place where I was born and truly paint it, I think, in the light that people that live here want to see it in. But to have that validation from people who come from such a different background, such different cultures, to come in here and say, nah, this is a special place. These people are great people. This city is a great city. Travis Hunter saying he wants to play for the Broncos because he doesn't want to leave the people of Colorado. Like, that stuff, it means the world, and it's been a really, really special part of this journey.
Let's take our first break.
First break.
There's a lot to get to still. Scotty P is in the press conference. We'll see
Scotty
what he
P
has
and
to
the
say.
P's for press conference.
Those pockets are going to be loaded when he joins us, so get ready for an unload.
Oh, boy. I've already seen some super chats and stuff that's gone on in there.
Okay.
Can't wait. Shout out to Game Time, the homies. We're kind of reminiscing a little bit, but we have one more game.
At least. Stop that.
At least one more game, which means if you want to actually see this team for the first time or last time in a Colorado Buffaloes uniform, you got to hit up the homies over at Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use the promo code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off your first purchase. College football, NFL, any sport, any event, concert, whatever's going on in your city. Download the Game Time app. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time!
Also, shout out to Elevations Credit Union. It's time for you to elevate your credit card game, man. Your shit's kind of weak. You got some blue things scraped up.
Elevate.
It's not sexy at all. But you know what it is? That Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards card. It's got a matte black with a foil gold Colorado Buffalo over it. Just pops right off. And when you pull that thing out, take a girl out on a date
and pull it out. The card. We're talking about the card, right?
And you pull out that Visa Signature Rewards card, she's gonna be just thrown back into her seat. She's like, "Oh, damn,
sexy card.
He must have it like that." So hit up our friends over at Elevations Credit Union and get the Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards card, the only credit card that is the official credit card of CU Athletics and only available at Elevations Credit Union. Go to buffscreditcard.com to apply and see full card benefits and details.
Sexy. I got to tell you a physics lesson.
Oh, boy.
We need to have some R&B that plays
we got
that read.
The more the water you drink, the lighter it gets, and the phone becomes heavier than the bottle.
I know, yeah. Well, I just figured out that the balance had gone wrong.
Well, I don't think your balance
scales.
is probably the best as it could be right now.
I'm balanced, bro.
Very balanced. So he's
sturdy.
Flushing it out with the water.
Oh,
I'm nothing if I ain't sturdy.
You're sexy like that Visa.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Oh, boy.
By the way, what a tailgate today.
Yeah. You read the wrong ad, I just realized, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well,
no one has known had you not said
it was good. But
it's like Travis has run the wrong route before, but he's open.
fair.
What about
that play Travis ran for 200 yards side to side and backwards, and then finally said, "All right, y'all got me." It looked like little kids out there.
Bro,
playing.
I just wanted him to chuck it up.
I know. He didn't know it was a free play. He didn't know it was a free play.
But the laughter in his face while this was happening, he was literally having fun.
Yeah, he's like, shit. I'm starting to get a little bit tired.
All right, y'all got me. You got me. Don't land on me.
I'll make up for it on the next ad.
RK ran a slant instead of a post, so you were still in the right area.
Right, I was in the window.
Yeah, so. All right, we're waiting on Scotty to get back from the press conference. We'll wait to do helmet stickers in Street when he gets here.
Got to do that.
Can't wait for everything.
Well, don't worry, bro. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, the guardrails of the show.
Yesterday was you already mentioned it. It was an all-time day for CU recruiting.
Yep.
4 commits on nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco, London Merritt, Alex McPherson, Quentin Gibson, and Carday Smith. We were only told 3. 4 of them Colorado shot up from like 76th overall to 32nd in the recruiting rankings. They now have the second best class in the Big 12, and I fully expect them to finish this recruiting season with the best recruiting class in the Big 12.
Who are they behind?
My bad, Jake. I left off a name. I didn't see it.
What?
When you said you were only told 3.
Oh, it's all good.
Well, a lot of people thought 3, including Nightcap, who put out the graphic with 3 guys on it.
It's TCU on both On 3 and 247 who's ahead of. It's just numbers. They have like 29. We have 17, 18, I think.
Yeah,
so
we coming.
And it's like a point and a half.
Yep, they're in trouble.
So it's like one NOB, one Michael Carroll flip, and that could just be enough already.
Yep.
You know, I will say this. You know, I thought about it when you was reading the Game Time ad. Shout out to Game Time again. I love Game Time.
Hell yeah.
I love how I get these notifications when a price is dropped on a game near me. Love that. But I digress. I have to regrettably inform the people out there that no matter what happens with the Big 12 championship, should we go, no matter what happens to the bowl game, inevitably, this was your last time to see this team as completely this team. Someone's not going to be there December 7th. Someone's certainly not going to be there for the bowl game. That's just the nature of college football now.
Yep.
So shout out to everyone in Folsom Field. With school being out, Thanksgiving weekend, cold than a mother this morning.
It was freezing.
It was in the
so
teens
cold before the
this
sun
morning.
popped up.
And it was still packed.
Yeah.
They got to see this team for the last time.
This was a historic day.
Yeah.
Yeah, in so many ways.
Yeah.
You know, I think back to, you know, a highlight that I wasn't in Folsom Field for, but one that probably is my favorite one to watch, and probably the best call in Colorado Buffalo's history, and that's Larry Zimmer calling as Rashaan Salam breaks around the outside and runs for breaks 2,000 yards and scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
And everyone in the stands is in the local paper they had put a little cutout of 2,000 that people could hold up, and we had our version of that today as Travis catches that touchdown pass and the whole crowd chants Heisman, Heisman, Heisman. Like that is something that will live on forever.
Yep.
So to the Heisman haters out there, voters, the voters who were haters.
Yeah.
Let me get the sentence structure straight. You had to hate today.
Oh, they had
because
day.
you were literally robbed of any chance you had to legitimately vote against the guy. Like before today, you could make some form of argument, invalid to us and to most reasonable people, but it still would carry some water with some people who are just traditional running back guys or, you know, blah, 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 blah. But after today, the argument is done.
Yeah. Is this his third game with an interception and a touchdown?
At least.
This season?
Yes. UCF, this one.
And
what was the other game he had a pick?
CSU.
And yes, he had 2 touchdowns in that game. So his third game this season with an interception and touchdown. Ridiculous. Everything he did today, and to your point, it was probably over when that quarterback threw that lollipop up there on the first drive of the game and he picked it off.
But you know
definitely.
what? Yes. But because it was a lollipop, I went into hater mode. You know, sometimes you can make yourself be a hater and say, look at that through a hater's lens. And they go, they're going to call it lollipop.
Oh, bro.
The one that he almost got, though?
Which one?
2 that
Well, no, the one that he went up and got a hand on.
Yeah.
And lands on the ball on the ground in a heap and goes like, oh, I missed it by that much.
Yep.
Like, the fact that he even touched the ball, he's the greatest college football player this year.
Dude, I tweeted out when that one happened. Chat is saying 4th, by the way. 4th game with an INT and touchdown. So we're forgetting one.
Wow.
Did he do it in North Dakota State?
No, Utah. Yes, Utah.
2 weeks ago.
Yep.
I tweeted out after that play. I was like, Travis Hunter shows more athleticism and ability on his like bad plays than some of the best wide receivers and DBs do on their highlights.
I felt the same way. You know, for me, not necessarily when it happened, but when I look back over the season, the Heisman was locked when he caused that fumble on Baylor.
For sure.
Like, you know, and matter of fact, that should have locked up the Thorpe Award too, because he did it from that position. But if you look at what has happened since then, it's like, dude, I'm sorry, man. Like this, you haven't seen this before.
Yeah.
This is what the Heisman Trophy is supposed to be about. A year of college football where you see something that you have never seen before that people are going to remember forever, and that has been Travis Hunter this season.
You can't spell outstanding without stand out. And nothing stands out more than Travis Hunter amongst his peers. He stands out in ways that make him impossible to ignore or to try to take anything away from him. There's no one who's like him at all.
Nope.
There's no one who's like him at all. Just for the sake of the conversation, Ashton Genty ends up today with 37 carries for 226 yards.
They're force-feeding it, man.
And 1 touchdown. 37 carries? It's almost malpractice. But it's just not going to be enough.
Nope.
It's not going to be enough for a once-in-a-lifetime.
Where'd the guy go?
Where did he just go?
Bro. What the heck?
That was crazy.
Scotty Houdini?
He left something in his pocket.
That was crazy.
He literally was
Like a
there.
ghost.
Then I finished the point.
he
Then I
was
looked
like
back
right
and he was
there.
gone.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Scotty will be joining us soon. I don't know. Maybe he had to go shake the dew off his lily before joining us. My granddad used to say. Gotta shake the dew off my lily.
Shedeur in the postgame presser said he's donating to the NIL collective next year.
Let's go. That's fire.
That is fire. That was going to be my segue into press conferences.
Right.
Well, Scotty, press conference guy, is with us. He's in the building. He attended the press conferences. He walked in the room, laid his coat down.
Can we be sure that he's not like passed out on the ground over there?
What happened? No, I don't see legs
Can you
over there.
We need a
Alyssa,
wellness check.
Yeah, can you confirm Scotty is not in this room?
He was,
Okay.
He was there.
I don't know where he went.
He dropped it. Oh.
He looks happy to be
Holy
walking in.
shit.
There he is.
That's he came. This is crazy.
Out one door, in another. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where
Bro,
are you?
You got to understand this.
And then he's
Oh,
still
now
not
he's
joining
faking
us.
out again.
We saw you walk in. Then we all looked away. Then you were just gone. And then you came through the other door. That was the greatest magic trick I've ever seen.
You're a
Dude went
genius.
crazy. Scotty P's
Man,
making
we're
his
dying to hear
entrance.
about the pressers, man. You guys got us
He's
waiting in.
taking his time.
Dude, this is crazy misdirection.
This is like Travis with the on the
Yeah,
reverse pass.
just lay down. Just slide.
He's like
dog.
the
Just
other-
lay down.
What's up, bro? Scotty P.
Squad.
Do it again.
Squad.
Hell yeah.
Scotty,
What's the
press
word, fam?
conference.
How y'all feeling, man?
We feel
Feeling
great.
good, man.
Bro.
Y'all look great, man. The shades up here.
Yeah, we got that 52-point glow. By the way, I predicted 51.
Damn,
Another
nice.
game where I was 1
Go
point up.
crazy.
I also said they would only score 3 points.
this-
I was too optimistic.
Bro, why is this belt on the ground over here? It's been that kind of day, clearly.
I literally said, man, someone's going to walk in to see my belt on the floor over there.
It looked like it's been through some things, too.
It
Like,
has.
it's
Bro,
like
I
it's
was
seen its
kinda
fair
working
share of
today.
cheeks. It's seen its fair share of cheeks.
That's crazy.
Scotty, take us through the press conference. What happened in there?
Scotty said, let it boot up, man.
Man, it was a lot. It was kind of emotional, but I'm not going to lie.
I
Damn.
can only imagine.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
It's starting to hit Coach Prime, I feel like, that this was it's nearing the end. He's mentioned that, in times in the past when people kind of bring this up, it's easy to kind of pass it off because it's in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
But now he sees kind of the finish line with obviously Shedeur, Shiloh, Travis, Bucky as well. So that was something. I just got to go right here. So at the end, excuse me, catch my breath.
You getting
a little
choked
bit.
up, bro?
No, I'm just trying to catch my breath. A lot of walking going around. At the end, you know how Coach Brian be like, anybody got any more questions?
Right.
So, of course,
There's a super chat about this.
he adds one to Jack Carlo. He wanted to hear from Jack Carlo
Yeah.
and
The legend.
answers. He gets up to leave, and Coach Prime goes, you right there. You got a question?
Sean Keeler.
Sean Keeler. Who obviously, there was a lot made of earlier in the season. Y'all know the
everyone knows the
situation.
story.
Yes, everyone knows.
Coach Prime gave him an opportunity to ask a question, and Sean Keeler just declined. And Coach Prime gets up and was like, it's Thanksgiving, man. We trying to get to better times.
Yeah,
Try to
bury
do
the
something
hatchet.
better. Bury the hatchet. And obviously he extended the olive branch, gave him an opportunity to kind of leave that in the past, but for whatever reason, Sean Keeler just declined and just didn't ask the question, just didn't respond. So that was something.
Absolutely hilarious.
Nonetheless. But again, just speaks to Coach Prime. You know, he's heard and seen and read a lot written about him, particularly from that man, and he was still willing on a day that's about him and his kids and his program, extended an olive branch to somebody who was naysaying, to say the least, and they declined it. But on to the cooler stuff.
Yeah,
Shedeur, we heard from Shedeur, obviously. We heard from Cameron Silman-Craig, DJ McKinney. Shedeur is hilarious, dog. One of the funniest parts of the presser, he says that next season. Wait, what?
I heard funniest farts.
Is that what I said? My fault.
I can give you a funny fart. That's what
All right, let him cook.
He says he's going to donate to CU's NIL collective next season to make sure that the Buffs got a super team. I asked him too just about his just evolution of his relationship with Travis, right? You know, he mentioned earlier that Travis took a chance on coming to Jackson State when he could have went anywhere. You know, Shedeur reiterated that, you know, Travis went through the same thing when they left. He could have went anywhere other than Colorado.
Right.
Everybody wanted him, but, you know, he chose to be around people who loved him and built him up, and, you know, they're both, you know, obviously reaping the benefits of that. So that was dope. And, you know, hearing from Cameron Silman-Craig too just makes me think that this secondary is going to be really good again next year. Even losing guys like the Shark, like Travis Hunter. I mean, the impact that those two guys in particular have made on the younger guys, on the Carter Stoudemires, on the Colton Hoods, on the Savion Rileys, the R.J. Johnsons, that impact is going to be felt for years to come. In this secondary, you know, led by Coach Prime and Coach Mathis and Coach Livingston and the rest of that crew. This is going to be a group that I think has really kind of taken what these older guys, these really talented players have, you know, instilled in them this season. And we're going to see, like I said, dividends being paid over the next season or so. But
Can I give you a sec to catch your breath here and
absolutely
take us to the time machine? Since his name has already been brought up on this show,
Oh, boy.
let's go back to an article from Sean Keeler.
Receipt Street.
Are we jumping into Receipt Street?
What
Is it
better
that
way
time?
to transition into
You know
Receipt
what?
Street?
Let's
You know
throw
what?
this shit
I'm
into
calling
gear.
it. Early Receipt Street.
Early Receipt Street.
Round them up. Let's go.
The headline: Keeler, Deion Sanders, 4-8 coach, gave a 3-9 news conference. Coach Prime showed CU Buffs fans a 4-letter side they hadn't seen before: fear. And let me just read a nice little excerpt from this. This was a side of Sanders the Front Range hadn't seen before.
I love the front range.
A confident man who suddenly looked and acted and sounded afraid. Afraid of critics, afraid of the truth, afraid of bad news looming like a tsunami at its crest. It was as if Deion had been visited by the ghosts of Christmas future. This is my favorite part. As if November Deion had stepped out of a time machine in the hallway and grabbed August Deion just before he walked into the touchdown club, handing the latter a game book from the Oklahoma State game. And that game book said 52-0.
Oh, my God, bro.
We'll leave it there.
That's hilarious.
Welcome back to Receipt Street, everyone.
Let's keep it rolling, Alyssa. What's up next?
I'm sorry. Your first one you sent me.
First one.
What do we got here?
This is from some guy named Sam McCaskill. He tweeted this on November 17th, and it has 4.6 million views on Twitter.
that engagement worked.
Best summary I've seen on the Heisman for this year. Jack of all trades, master of none. And it's a graphic that says, best running back in the nation, Ashton Genty. Best wide receiver, Teteroa McMillan. Best cornerback, Will Johnson. Most snaps, who cares?
Jack of all trades, master of none. Just saying that sentence about Travis Hunter requires like negative ball knowledge.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, it's not that you don't know ball, it's that you actively are on the other side of the line.
No, you're like actively trying to like get dumber.
Yes, exactly. It's negative ball knowledge.
Like the do you guys remember the orb of confusion from SpongeBob?
RG does.
That's what it is. They just stand next to that orb of confusion, bro.
The orb of confusion is
Drooling all
crazy.
over themselves. Next one. Hit the books.
Yep.
Hit the books. A betting podcast.
Oh, lovely. I'm sure they're making their people money.
Quote, the Travis Hunter Heisman hype, I just don't see it. I wouldn't even think about it under 100 to 1.
Wow.
Shout out to Joe Nish and Brad Powers, Learn Ball.
Please. All right, I've got some good ones here about the winner of the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award.
Okay.
This one comes in from College Football Nerds.
These guys suck.
Oh, brother, these guys stink. I yelled that in the stands when we were up 35-0. It goes, explain the Shedeur Sanders hype to me. This was before last season. In FCS, Shedeur Sanders was 7.7 yards per attempt, which would be 50th in FBS, though he had 40 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, with just 173 yards rushing. Like, that fucking matters. Yet, 24/7 Sports had him as the number 4 QB transfer in front of Tanner Mordecai, DJU, and Spencer Sanders. This is a thread. This is a thread.
Are there of those guys playing in the NFL?
None of them are. And the fact that they were up in arms that he was ahead of Tanner Mordecai, DJU, and Spencer Sanders.
Crazy.
Wasn't Spencer Sanders the one who hosted that show on Nickelodeon back in the day?
Sounds like a fake name. I'm not gonna lie.
The slime show?
Oh, you might be right.
I think it's a
Sounds
girl.
like the name I use on my Brazzers account.
Oh, my God.
Anyways, this thread goes on. I actually hadn't read this part yet, so I'm
So
experiencing
y'all
this.
know
with
what
you guys.
Brazzers is, dude.
I already got this guy for one of these tweets, by the way.
Never heard of it. What jumped out on film was Shedeur Sanders. Pros, arm strength, blah, blah, blah. I like the cons better. 85% of throws were within a 15-yard bubble around the quarterback, hence the 7.7 yards per attempt. 2, he's not athletic by Power 5 standards. 3, throws are flat. You quickly realize on tape that Jackson State's competition is closer to 8A Florida high school football than it is Power 5 FBS football. Most teams played way off coverage and gave up easy slants or else they'd get burned. OLBs were slow. It makes projections hard. A final note from watching that film. We switched gears here. Travis Hunter is really, really small. Jackson State listed him at 165 pounds, and I believe it. He was very fast twitch in coverage, but really struggled getting off blocks and tackling. He can't be an effective player at Power 5 at that weight.
Wow.
Yeah. I pulled that one out after Baylor.
Being loud and wrong is so crazy.
Mark Summers is the Nickelodeon host.
No. It was a woman. Summer Sanders.
Oh, you're right. There was a girl, I remember, yeah.
Summer Sanders, Spencer Sanders,
Same thing.
equally as good at quarterback.
Next one, from Wilson F. Ball.
Is it the next one?
This is the last of mine.
Oh, okay.
This guy, it looks like a parody account, actually, but it says Oklahoma State alum in his bio.
Are you getting baited here?
No, because he said, Colorado, we are not the same.
Oh, I remember this
Posted
one.
a screenshot of Colorado beating NDSU by 5 points.
And then beating SDSU.
And then he posted a screenshot of Oklahoma State beating South Dakota State 37-13. So I quote tweeted that and said, we're definitely not the same with 52-0.
I kind of want to. I'm going to get him 2. Is that okay?
Sure.
I want to get him 2. I just want to post a screenshot of the ESPN like he did. Of the 52-0.
I did that.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
Toss him a retweet.
Yeah, toss me a retweet.
Oh, good job. You did it exactly. You executed perfectly. That's kind of like the holy grail.
Oh, that was...
They
Yeah.
make it too easy.
Yeah.
Last one.
Last one.
This is, I uncovered just a treasure trove of receipts on this post because I posted the Shedeur Sanders Nike ad, you know what time it is. Mm-hmm. And I said, this goes so unbelievably hard. And it had 639 retweets and 5.5 thousand likes. It also had 240 responses. I swear to God, every response is something along these lines. And this one I really appreciated was from, I don't know, something stupid. It says, all that to throw 18 picks and go 500. I don't believe Shedeur Sanders threw 18 picks in his entire college career in the regular season.
No, he didn't.
Dude is insane. We didn't even mention this guy's stat line today. Did you see this?
There was if they didn't take that LeJonte touchdown off the board because of the OPI, he would have had 5 touchdowns, 5 incompletions.
It was nutty stuff. Do you have it, Scott? I don't have it pulled up right now.
Yeah, I do have it. And Shedeur Sanders' final game at Folsom Field, 83% completion, 34-41, 438 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, a 208 rating.
Crazy.
He's the best quarterback in college football.
Bar none.
And the best quarterback in Colorado football history.
100%.
God bless Daddy Ball.
That's Receipt Street. That was fun.
And again, just speaking on Shedeur, the amount of people, does he hold the ball a little bit too long sometimes?
Absolutely.
Yes. Is it a fatal flaw? No.
Sometimes
is it
more of a feature than a bug.
Exactly. I mean, the first passing touchdown of the game to LeJontay Wester was
Remarkable
perfect.
patience, yeah.
Perfect pocket movement, pocket presence. I mean, stepping over defenders, stepping through defenders, step up in the pocket and deliver.
Let me help the people out with that, Scotty, if I may.
Please, Unc.
You can't look at college through an NFL lens.
Correct.
And you can't look at NFL through a college lens. It's completely two different games, two different sets of hash marks, different rules. Like what you see Shedeur doing in college, absolutely are there times when he holds the ball too long. Even his head coach will say at halftime,
Yes.
"Hey, quarterback, get the ball out your hands quicker." Fact. Is it a detriment to his performance and the team success? Absolutely not. Let's go to the NFL level. It would be there. Watch what happens next year, the year after that when he starts playing.
Right.
I bet he don't be holding as long because the people who are now paying him are going to tell him and train him not to hold it long. Whereas in college, who's the not best athlete, who's the most valuable player on this team? Y'all know the answer.
Shedeur Sanders.
Period.
No doubt.
Who should have the ball the most?
Shedeur.
It's cut and dry
It
to me.
literally is just that simple.
It's cut and dry to me, man.
Travis Hunter is the best athlete on this team. But if you were to take away his touchdowns,
The best football player also.
and in fact, you could look at Wester. You could spread his numbers out amongst Shepard, Wester, whoever's out there. You take Shedeur Sanders off this team, we don't win a damn game.
It would have been tough.
So who should have the ball the most? Who should be the person making the decision with the ball? So what you're seeing out on the college level, him holding it too long, that's not going to be the same thing when he graduates.
And
Stop it.
And I just don't like I don't want to say people are taking it for granted, but again, I just read off his stat line: 438 passing yards. He had 7 incompletions today and 5 touchdowns.
It's like you're looking for something.
Exactly, and it's like y'all are just missing the forest for the trees. I believe this.
Did you say 83%?
83%.
83% completion rate, and then you go, yeah, but he held it too long.
Right.
It's crazy, bro.
So what you're telling me, had he not held it long that time, he'd have 84%?
Yeah, there's a guy
crazy.
behind me. It's something about the quarterback holding the ball long really riles up
Yes.
Joe Blow who walked in and got a ticket last minute. But I
can tell you why.
I try not to snap at Buffs fans, but I was this close.
I can tell you
That's
why
me
it
on
does.
Twitter
Okay.
during the game.
Those guys don't know shit about ball.
No, I know.
Like what they're going is what they heard at the barbershop, what they heard their stepdad say when he came home drunk one night. They have actually never played or been around or coached it. They don't know ball, so they're just trying to impress their girlfriend next to him and say something. Say something popular, get a hot take.
Facts.
And
He's holding the ball too long. Meanwhile, it's 52-0.
Right.
Yeah, and I want to be clear is there are times where he misses something or whatever.
Yeah, because he's human.
Yes,
But
exactly.
there are you have to go back and watch Shedeur's highlight reel from this season. What you'll see is a large chunk of the plays are because he made an unreal play in the pocket
Yes.
with his feet and then delivered a strike.
Dude, let me. I'm gonna hop off this soapbox when I make this last point to the people out there who say he holds the ball too long at this level, and that they may hurt him on the next level. What was that percentage again, Scotty?
83% on
83%.
34-41.
Do y'all realize that 83 is just 17 from 100?
Yes.
So, like, if I walk in this room with $100 and gave Scotty 83, do you know how fucking close you are to $100, man?
I'm pretty damn close.
And for somebody to say, oh, neither you should have gave him 84, you held it too long. 17% away from 100.
Yeah.
What are y'all complaining about?
52 points.
It's wild, bro.
5 touchdown passes.
He said at least
438 yards.
He said 3+ touchdowns in 4 straight games.
What about what is this fourth game of the season over 80%
Yeah, what is
completions?
that?
He
4 or
said
5?
today was his fourth game of
That's
80+.
insane.
Yeah.
And all those were against Big 12 schools too. It's anybody who's gonna point out he might have did against India. No, all against Big 12 schools.
It's
Power 4 schools.
I know that people took this for granted and they're going to be kicking themselves later in life.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And like, I've made this comp a million times, but it's the Nikola Jokic effect.
Yes, it
You
is.
just start to expect it.
Yep.
You know, just go look. Someone go pull up the game logs of Colorado quarterbacks in the last 100 games before Shedeur Sanders got here. I would not be shocked if there are 0 80+ completion games.
I know they're not. And that's not me hating on Colorado football. That's me knowing football.
Yeah.
Right.
The peak is going to be somebody around 72, 73.
And the thing is, too, I'm going to look at his attempts. He threw the ball 41 times today.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's not
still
like he was
completed
dinking and
it.
dunking.
Exactly. I'm looking at these other games if I can, but I mean, hold on a second.
Well, let me think about the incompletions because you can probably remember them all. He threw one away after scrambling around late in the game. Travis is coming back.
Grounding on one.
There's the tipped ball that got intercepted.
Yeah.
There is the one, intentional grounding. There's one to Draylon that hit him in the hands. That was almost a big play. You might.
There's a 4th down one. It was 4th and forever, and he just threw it up to Travis.
Yeah, that was just a Hail Mary because they were like, why are we going to punt it to
Exactly.
potentially gain
Yeah.
14 yards?
Yeah.
And by the way, in the series after that, Oklahoma State went backwards 10 yards and punted.
Yeah.
So it was the right call. As crazy as it seems to go for 4th and 34.
Yeah.
I think
It's crazy to go for 4th and 34 if that's all you're looking at.
Yeah.
When you look at 4th and 34, where we were, the scoreboard, the clock, why punt it?
Absolutely.
Because Travis might catch this on it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And if Shedeur has another half second and he can get a little bit more air under that ball, it's a touchdown.
And I'd say this. Back up from the touchdown and not even trying to get the first down because I think the first down would have been the inch mark.
It's the end zone.
Yeah, it was like 4th and 34 on the 34.
Yeah.
They could have done something a little shorter and gained 20, 25 of it easily.
And just that have been a punt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you look at, oh, man, I can't believe Deion Sanders went 4th and 34, that's like some of that Keeler shit, not telling you the whole story.
Can I ask you a question, RK?
Yeah.
Are we done on Shedeur?
I love
Well, just one more. I looked this up. His 4 games of 80+ completion percentage this season. He threw 35 times against UCF, 40 times against Kansas State, 30 times against Cincinnati, and 41 times today.
Elite.
We'll
All
never
those
see that. We'll never see that again.
Elite.
No.
Oklahoma State was very, very bad on offense today.
Yeah.
Credit to Colorado's defense.
Yeah.
Is that the worst offensive performance you've seen at Folsom Field?
By an opposing team?
By anyone.
Oh.
They had 80 yards
Yeah, I know.
before their final drive.
Yes, I think so, honestly. Even the worst Buffs teams probably moved the ball a little bit better than that.
No, in 2022, they at least could throw the ball in garbage time to Jordan Tyson and stuff. They could run the ball still a bit.
The Oklahoma State fans around me really hated when I kept saying this, but a lot of people picked that team to win the conference.
Yes. Yeah.
They were in the preseason top 20.
I don't even remember who I picked. I might have picked them to win the conference.
Same.
Let me tell y'all this, because we forget how soon we forget, even us who were immersed in this shit. Do you remember back in August, or back when the schedule came out, let alone as recent as August, we were more concerned about our last 3 games than the first 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we knew, oh, man, if we don't secure 6 before that, you could run into that murderer's row of Utah, Kansas, Oklahoma State and easily go 0-3.
Yep.
And miss your 6th win if you had it secured by then.
Makes me think of the Rico Don't Knows winless in November tweet. we supposed to be running that back every week.
Well, we fucked it up last week,
True.
unfortunately.
True.
Jake, I do want to point something out, and I appreciate RK's history, because no one's been in Folsom Hill more than him and Peggy.
Yeah.
A lot of Oklahoma State's ineptitude, what they were trying to do, was because of our defense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
They didn't get off the bus a sorry team. Look at Scotty, because you got your laptop up and you're the stat guy down there. When we've been talking the past weeks about the points they've been giving up, they've been scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They've
Like,
been in
They scored
games.
last week 52 points.
Yes.
They've been in games.
Thank you. And so, like, for the people out there who thinking that Colorado put 52-0 on some scrubs, these same scrubs scored 50 points last week.
I think they scored 52 last week. I think they lost 52 to 56.
I mean, even this freshman quarterback from Oklahoma State today, who had a rough game, to say the least. I kind of felt bad for him at certain points, but 11 of 29 today. 11 of 29.
Yeah.
That's 38%. Obviously, 2 interceptions.
That's the reverse of Shedeur's 83.
No, it is. But just look at just last week, this same freshman quarterback threw for over 300 yards against Texas Tech.
And so that's why I'm saying, Jake, I want us to point out to the people out there,
Yeah.
they ain't sorry.
No, absolutely.
We made them look sorry.
That's such a great point.
And I mentioned the question that I asked to Coach Prime after the game. Lendale White, who y'all remember, former USC NFL quarterback. Did y'all see his tweet? Thank you. Running back. Did y'all see his tweet during the game?
I saw something. By the way, Denver, Colorado, Lendale White.
Actually?
Yeah,
know
Chatfield
that.
High School.
That's dope.
Is that where you went?
Listen to this. Lendale White tweeted during the game that the CU Buffaloes are by far the hardest hitting football team in college football. And boy, some of them hits. What was Tajay McCoy on today? I'm always taking off.
He is my first helmet sticker.
Man.
Oh my God.
That one was taking off. Shiloh with
Shiloh
the
and
hit
Ollie Gordon,
on Ollie
like-
So
Gordon.
like Shiloh,
Woo-wee.
y'all know football. We gotta in college. You gotta operate within the 20s, right?
Yep.
Coaches, everybody. It's 8 minutes left in the game, and Shiloh is like on the 5, like talking to people in the stands. You know? Not in the stands, but just doing what he wants to do.
Oh, man.
And I was like, Shiloh, like, come on, man. You know if your dad see, like, it ain't worth running gases tomorrow, like on senior day. And so we stand there talking. He said, Uncle, I hear you, but when you hit a mofo as hard as I just hit him,
For real.
you get to walk down to the 5.
I mean, shout out
He said, "Did you see that?" I saw. He said, "Man, he made the strangest sound when I hit him." Like,
That's the sound of him finally quitting on the season.
That was a collision. And again, we mentioned it. I mentioned it yesterday or Wednesday on the pregame show. Ollie Gordon was 90 yards away from, I believe, 3,000 career rushing yards.
Sniff it.
10 rushing yards today.
Bro, they
10
kind of did
rushing
him dirty.
yards.
I'm not going to lie.
Low key 4 attempts is kind of crazy, but I mean, that's kind of just how the game went.
But Coach Prime would never let that happen.
No.
well, yeah, no. If we're that close to a stat, we're gonna get it. Just like when Travis was at 93. Oh, he's getting 100.
Oh, yeah.
and it happened to be a touchdown. Let me say this about the Ollie guy. And you said how many attempts?
4.
4. Do y'all remember when we try to run the ball and the shit just ain't working?
Yeah.
And people get mad because we didn't have enough attempts?
True. Yeah.
I hope y'all mad at Gundy.
True.
Same energy.
Yep.
Because what happened, it wasn't them quitting on him and abandoning this stat chase or whatever. It was like, we can't.
Right.
He's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like they're killing him.
Yep. Speaking of hard hitting, I thought my eyes were deceiving me.
I know.
Did Caleb
Please.
Mathis catch
Yes.
He forced a
He
fumble.
forced a fumble on special teams.
Wow.
a body? What the?
Yeah.
Here's where I felt bad for him. And I'm glad y'all remembered it. Because he was my other helmet sticker. Remember Taj? Y'all could skip me twice.
We
Taj
got to
and
take a
Caleb
break
Mathis.
and actually get to
Did I say Caleb Mathis or Caleb Williams?
No, you said Mathis.
Okay.
The tragedy in that is that we didn't recover the ball. Because
Yeah.
people forget it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 2 weeks from now, people forget it. 6 years from now, people forget
Right.
it. Hey, I was like, oh, please get the ball. Please get the ball.
Yeah.
Because he knocked the shit out of him. man.
Bro,
for
that's
sure.
Caleb Mathis was cracking heads out there.
Yes. Juiced.
And then the other thing today that really stood out was like there were plays where you know how like kind of the flow of the play is just kind of going towards the sideline and it looks like they're either going to run out of bounds or just like get knocked down by their feet and like all of a sudden out of nowhere it's just like bah! It's like Nakai Hill Green just out of nowhere just like with 3 steps to just absolutely smack somebody.
Nakai was laying the wood today too.
Again,
False.
that was what I asked Coach Prime, like just how he would describe how far the physicality has come with this team, particularly on defense. And I think that's been probably the biggest improvement, from my eyes, at least from last year to this year. Like at times, I'm sure y'all could attest, they just look like a soft football team at a lot of times last year. You can't say that about this squad this year. You can't at all.
All right, we got to take a break.
Man, I have a point. Don't let me forget it before when we start
That's
the next.
on you. Shout out to our friends over at Promotico. It's a bittersweet day. I said that like 18 times on the Twitter live I did on the bus on the way here.
You did it live?
Yeah,
Can I take this from you?
it was popping.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My dog.
But
Poor
shout out
handoff.
to Promotico, man. The bus, we say goodbye to it today.
You gotta ride it solo though. You're the only one.
That's fine.
No, I know. That's like a cool. Like I'll never be
you're
able
saying
to say
I
that.
got to.
Yeah.
Make sure you
yeah,
get
yeah.
a video, bro.
Oh,
A
it's
little selfie video.
It's all documented on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
But the bus is just a marvel to modern engineering,
Yes.
to college football, and to this team. So shout out to Promotico. They're the homies. If you want a bus with your face on it that you can take with your friends around the country, you can visit promotico.net or call 678-208-3436 or find them on Facebook to learn more.
Also, shout out to Kurzlot.
Good job.
I could use one right now.
Oh, I could use 7, 8,
You know what I did? Speaking of the bus, actually,
9.
because you told me something yesterday.
I did tell you something.
And the first thing I did when I got on the bus is I put 6 Kurz lights in the fridge.
I'm right on with you, brother.
Yep.
We all are. It's time to chill, right? It's time to chill. We got all of tomorrow to stress and, bite our nails and let go of hell. Today we just get to chill, man. And there's nothing I want more when I chill than an ice cold Blue Mountain Coors Light with a couple little ice crystals at the top. It's as good as it gets. And it's my favorite beer to drink when it's just time to throw them back. Mm-hmm. And it's time to throw them back. So, shout out to Coors Light. Make the most out of the times you choose to chill. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. All right, here's my point.
Okay, hurry up.
You remembered it.
I just think that people need to realize this. No matter what happens tomorrow, Colorado tied for first place, right? Yes, everyone has 2 losses.
Yeah.
No matter what happens tomorrow, Colorado tied for first place in the Big 12 Conference in year 2 with Coach Prime. Now, tiebreakers, of course, we'll see how they all shake out. But when it comes to wins and losses, Colorado has as many wins and as many losses as the team that won the Big 12 Conference. And it still could be them.
Sure.
Yeah.
And even if it ain't.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I poke that fire just a little bit more?
Yes, please.
They said we'd be 11th.
You guys want to know
That
something?
was on the high end compared to the fucking idiots on Twitter.
You want to know something?
Yeah.
Especially after today, Colorado is easily going to finish with the most points for in the conference this season. Easily.
Oh yeah.
Best
Easily.
offense in the conference.
I mean, I think they literally dropped 100 between Utah and Oklahoma State, right?
Yeah.
100 exactly.
Yes.
Daddy ball. I love it. Shout out to all the dads out there who are coaching their sons right now. And no matter how bad your son is, you're going to force the ball through him and to him. Daddy ball. We got to start an LLC called Daddy Ball so we can sponsor the show. Brought to you by Daddy Ball.
Helmet stickers brought to you by Daddy Ball.
I have so many good shirts in my head. Tomorrow, everything's going to happen tomorrow, and then I have so many good shirts.
I'll go first on him because I already mentioned it.
You've already mentioned 2.
Special teams. Man, Tajay McCoy, dude.
Demon.
There are people at home going, I don't know his name, but I know that number 40.
Number 40.
I did not want to be hit by him.
And I bet you they think he's a middle linebacker.
Yes. Dude was smoking on special teams. Give me a helmet sticker, number 40, Taj McCoy.
All 5 of his tackles today were solo. He also had a quarterback hit.
And not just solo,
He is solo.
it was nobody to share this with but him. And we're like, no, I think Arcade was right there too. Like,
Nope. That's
He
a full
ate.
tackle right
I was
there.
just BTAing in the stands. I've got 3.
Are you going to do them all right now?
Bear with me.
One at a
yes.
time? No?
No,
All
they're
3?
they're a group.
Okay.
3 players, 2 helmet stickers each.
Wow.
Because they get 1 for each side of the ball they played on. 1 goes to Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Great call.
1 goes to Tyler Brown,
Yep.
who played on offense and defense today. And 1 goes to Isaiah Harge, or
sleeper.
2 goes to Isaiah Harge,
My sleeper pick of the week.
who played on offense and defense today. And heck, I know for a fact Harge also played on special teams.
Yes.
So congratulations to those 3. This program is doing revolutionary shit week in, week out. And just the fact that 3 players out there today can say that they played both ways is pretty fucking cool.
Two-way you?
Yes.
I was about to say that. They got to pause right now for a public service announcement
Okay.
to the moms, dads, and recruits out there watching. if you got it and want to display it, come to Colorado because you'll be able to display it wherever it works. Yep. You're not going to just be limited to one thing, the thing that people think you should do. If you can play where you can play, we're going to make sure you play where you can play.
Amen.
And you just heard 3 examples of it right now. An offensive lineman who played D-tackle. We all know what Travis is doing then what Hards did. And then just think, the one that we went for 4th and 1 after they jumped off sides to Hards and they got called back because we false started.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He was gone.
He did have a lane.
Yes. He was gone. That's my PSA.
My helmet sticker, I'm giving it to Ben Resnick.
Hey.
Comes in at right tackle for this team, and he did his job today.
Yeah.
He sure did.
So shout out to him because that's one of those guys who, I mean, it was due to injury that he saw the field, and you probably haven't even heard his name.
I feel like he was like a
punchline
from something earlier this year. And
I think he's the how the hell are you guy.
How the hell are you, Ben Resnick, man? Congratulations.
Congrats to Ben Resnick.
Outstanding.
Went out truly could have gone the other way.
Yeah.
You know, he gets thrown out there into the action, and it could have been a disaster. But they put up 52 points.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty.
I mean, y'all know damn well who I'm picking.
Jonte Wester.
Jonte Wester. Yes.
My dog. In his last final game at Folsom Field, he delivered just an all-time performance. His season high 11 catches on 11 targets, caught all 11 of his targets for 175 yards, 113 yards after the catch, 2 receiving touchdowns, obviously, was robbed of a third by a penalty. Absolute dog, one of the best receivers in Colorado football history for my money.
There you go.
Absolutely.
He's so good.
I'll give out.
So good, bro.
Can I give out a group of helmet stickers?
Yeah, let's snake draft it.
Actually,
just come back this way.
No. Just kidding. I just did it. Of course you can.
Oh, am I up again then?
Well, I'm giving up.
No, you just went, so it's like
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
thought,
go
I thought I'd
again.
go twice. It looked like a snake draft.
Yeah, go
Go ahead.
I'm going with my defensive pick of the week, DJ McKinney.
Great pick.
Oh, man.
Getting a
He's
pick,
cooking.
getting a pick 6. I'm cooking. You called it. You said I was cooking with my picks
You
this
did.
week.
I could feel it.
DJ McKinney, like against his former team, against his former roommate at Oklahoma State and Ollie Gordon, getting a pick, returning it to, for a touchdown, having a hilarious celebration in the end zone that drew some flags.
Yes.
And also, too,
Has anyone done that since
Elijah
Moore?
in the Egg Bowl, yeah.
Is that the first time anyone's done
think
it?
so.
First time I've seen it. Since
Probably
Egg Bowl.
because they probably know they're going to get flagged.
Yeah, a big deal was made out of that.
Oh, man.
They lost the game because of it.
Yes.
Right.
When he got down, I was screaming like, "No, don't pee on the ball!" He peed on the ball.
But yeah, DJ McKinney gets my my helmet sticker. And he also, on Travis's interception, if y'all watch that back, that was literally coming right for DJ, and Travis just leaped in front of him and took it. But DJ played a hell of a game.
Hey, shout out to
him.
DJ too, because they were picking on him today.
Yeah.
They were trying to.
They learned early, obviously, not to throw at Travis, and so they were just like, all right, we're just going to throw at DJ every play.
Yeah, they tested him deep. Like, they were trying everything on him. Nothing.
Another PSA to the folks out there. Pee on the ground.
Oh, good Lord.
No, I'm going somewhere with this. You're going to always get called. First of all, a lot of this stuff is referee discretion.
Right.
But if you use the ball and now it's delaying the game, and they're going to call it.
Pee on the ball. I loved it.
I loved it too.
All right. If you want to come here and you want to play, don't pee on the ball because Coach Prime would sit your ass right back there somewhere.
Even if you're up 35-0?
All right, my group of helmet stickers, it's 21 of them. And I've given them to a bunch of – a lot of these guys have already gotten them, but shout out to the seniors on this team.
Yeah, man.
Shedeur, Shiloh, Levante Bentley, Shane Cokes, Gant, BJ Green, Nakai Hill Green, Preston Hodge, Jimmy Horn, LeJonte Wester, Chidoze Wankwo, Cameron Silman Craig, Mark Bissett, Wyatt Hummel, Travis J., Justin Mayers, Herman Smith, Cardale Thomas, then the walk-ons, Cristiano Palazzo, who got in the game, Antonio Basadas, and then Ben Resnick, who we already talked about, who got in the game, and he started, didn't he?
How the hell are you?
Or he was in there
he
early.
didn't start, but
Tyler Brown started, right. But either way, shout out to all those seniors and for resetting the culture and establishing the culture at Colorado.
Amen. They will be remembered forever. Truly. Because this team will be remembered forever.
Yep. What else do you guys? Any more helmet stickers? Can we go to super
you named
chats?
your Doze in there, so I'm good. Like, you named every damn body.
I'll throw one out for Micah Welch.
Shout out, Micah. Feed that man.
Best running back on the team.
Feed him.
Yes, I thought he ran really hard. I thought he was effective. He had some nice plays in the pass game.
Yes.
I'll also throw one out for Colton Hood, who just continues to be a dog.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of freshmen. Oh, Draylon Miller.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to have another Debo touchdown.
I know.
Catch the ball, Draylon.
Yeah, he missed one, but he also almost had another Debo. But I just remember I was sitting with Spencer, and I just kept being like, that's a freshman. That's a redshirt freshman. That's also a freshman. Like, it's Micah. It's Colton.
The future is bright.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and shout
do.
out Block Bully, even though he was mentioned in your senior list. He was my defensive prime player pre-game pick. The dude, man, got that fumble recovery.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the reasons in that middle that they tasted blood early and just said, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't like the way my blood tastes today. Like, he changed their minds.
Mm-hmm.
He changed their hearts. He broke their will. He never stopped coming. Pause. He was in every spot he was supposed to be all game long.
And at the end of the game, when Oklahoma State put together their first drive of the game, and it looked like they might punch it in, someone on the sideline said, "Block, save us, go back, go preserve the shutout." And they sent Block Bully back out there, and they were able to get that stop.
Maybe it's just some unspoken code, in the coach's handbook, the secret society. I'm kicking the field goal, man. You're not shitting me.
Dan Hawkins did that when he was at Colorado and caught so much hate for it.
I'm gonna catch here's why I kick it. I'm gonna catch the hate here and now. But 10 years from now, it's not going to say 52-0. It's going to say 52-3.
Yeah.
And no one's going to remember that I got that garbage 3 with 10 seconds left to keep you from shutting me out.
And there is 52-0 feels so much worse than 52-3.
Yes.
So much
I was like,
worse.
and I'm watching the clock and watching them and said, they're not going to try to score.
No,
What honorable idiots.
I honestly think I would kick the field goal too, but Dan Hawkins did it because Colorado at the time had the longest streak of any team in college football of not being shut out.
Yeah.
And so the last drive he's like, fuck it, we're kicking the field goal. We're keeping this streak going, and people were pissed. I mean, they already hated him, so they were just like, this guy.
Hats off to him, Gundy and staff. They had the opportunity to. I don't know if they would have made it. I don't know a lot about their kicker, but they certainly had the opportunity to get points on the board and elected to remain in futility.
I know their punter was in his bag.
First shutout.
Oh, man.
2021.
Who was that against?
Arizona.
34-0.
Yeah,
That was the. Oh yeah, I remember that game because Colorado was terrible, of course, and Arizona was terrible, and we had a pregame show. It was us and the PHNX guys. We did a combo. And it was just like a kind of this conversation of who's worse, and they were just like, "No, trust us, we are worse."
All right.
Put your money where your mouth is. We're gonna prove it.
They were right. They were right that time.
Let's take our final break. We'll get to super chats. Get out of here.
Because that beer's good and cold right now.
Oh yeah.
Just waiting.
What do you love?
I love a lot of things, but I know what you're talking about. It's my Toyota. I love bad. It's my
That is my problem.
It's true. I love my Toyota. It absolutely kicks ass. Got me here today. It warmed up real quick this morning. It was covered in frost. Went out there, turned her on, and it was by the time I got out there, all the frost was melted off. It's a beautiful thing. It's just a new feature just dropped.
Wow.
Because usually I park my car inside, but I was parked in my parents' driveway last night. So shout out to Toyota, man. Best customer service, best features, and the best cars on the road. If you are going to get a Toyota like me, go visit a Front Range Toyota location at a location near you.
Excuse me.
AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota, Eastern Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
And shout out to our friends over at Bet365, the best book to bet on when it comes to football because you can get in on those early money line payouts. It would have hit today in the first quarter if you took CU money line in a parlay or something.
CU money line minus 1,100.
I mean, people make crazy bets. You never know. But that's just an example of why you should bet on Bet365 for football. Your team gets up by 17 points or more, even if they lose in dramatic fall apart comeback fashion, you still get the money with that early money line payout. And right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5 and 2 months of Altitude Plus on Bet365. Just sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, and just place a bet of $5 or more, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets and a code to get the first 2 months of Altitude Plus, courtesy of our friends at Bet365. Limited time offers to sign up today. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Speaking of gambling, can someone who is in a state where you're allowed to bet on college football props let me know what Travis Hunter is to win the Heisman right now?
It's like minus 8,000.
Is it really?
I saw 10 after the game.
Yeah.
Minus 10,000.
I saw 10,000 after the game.
Yes.
All right.
Fucking go.
Let me get another shout out real quick.
Okay.
Shout out to RK's parents, man, for
Hey.
hosting us for
real.
Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a time. It was dope meeting them, and man, that was obviously not being, back home with my parents, man. It was
Yep,
dope to
same.
spend some time around the squad. That was dope, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
for
Of
real.
course.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you, RK.
Of course, you guys are for real family, so it's great to have you guys there.
It was great. It was literally just like hanging with the family almost at
Yeah.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
for me.
It was
So,
great.
And the food was amazing as well.
Yep,
I must say.
it was.
Hell yeah, I can't wait to go eat some of that. for
Still,
dinner.
shout out mom, dad, little sister. Miss
Also,
you.
shout out to your
See you
brother.
soon. Shout out to Austin.
Shout out
He's
to
the
Broski.
homie, bro.
That red chili that he made
Oh,
was
He can cook, bro.
Thanksgiving game changer for me. I need that every year now.
Low key.
Told y'all. All right, super chats. We got a lot of them.
Okay,
Nice.
tap in.
The Cape Crusader, $5 super chat. I fear the voters are going to rob Travis of the Heisman because a lot of people don't like Coach Prime in Colorado because they sadly view them as, quote, brash. You don't have to worry about that, Cape Crusader. It's on its way here.
I will look back on this as the remove all doubt game.
Mm-hmm.
We got rad with it.
Yep. Carlos Jason Scott with a super chat, $5 says, do you think CU should retire Travis's 12 jersey after he wins the Heisman? Bittersweet seeing that last touchdown catch.
College teams don't really retire jerseys.
But there are jerseys on the boxes here.
Oh,
at
yeah.
Colorado.
I mean, honor him in every way possible. The problem is there's just so many players that if you start retiring jerseys in college, you're going to run out of jerseys sooner or later.
Well, he enters the club on the top of the stadium.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, the only jersey that was technically retired by Colorado was
2-4.
Byron White, and they brought that back.
Yeah.
Not even Rashaan Salam, who won the Heisman and sadly is no longer with us, has his retired. So,
Mr. Hillsman with the $5 super chat. We talked about this, but he says, ask Scott who Coach Prime was trying to give a question to at the end of the post game. Was it Keeler? I'm not trying to be messy, just nosy, smiley face.
you are trying to be messy.
Yes,
that's
that
you,
was
Mr.
Keeler.
Hillsman.
Yep.
Don Peasy with the super chat. From Shedeur to Trav to Jimmy, I'm going to miss this 2024 Buffs team, and anyone arguing against Trav for Heisman are arguing with themselves. It's over. Well said.
Man, they're going to be crying tears. Blue tears. Coming
Origin-
from Boise, Idaho.
Original. $2 super chat. Buff Nation, have you cried yet? Goodbye, number 2 and 12. We got one more, guys. One more. At least.
At least. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie though. I took a video that's making the rounds of Cam
yeah.
post game,
Just
just kind of
sitting there.
soaking in the moments on it, and almost made me drop a man tear.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I'm
What a
not,
guy.
I'm
It's a
not
legend
ashamed
right
to
there.
admit that I shed many of those today. First with Coach Prime walking down with Jimmy, then with him walking down with Shedeur and Shiloh. I saw Cam doing that.
Yeah.
It was just one of those days, man.
Historic day. Day tripping with the $10 super chat says Isaiah Harge is coming. Damn straight, man. I almost thought he was going to break one. Yeah. I'm glad they finally gave him carries at running back. I hate that it took until game 12 out of 12, but I hope we get to see more of that very, very soon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ace for sending us money. Don Peasy with the super chat. The jack of trades argument against Travis actually makes the case for him. The real saying goes, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Hashtag
It's the
Heisman.
actual quote.
It is.
I didn't know that,
I
but
was going to say that earlier, but I didn't want to delay us in. When I did this, I was like, whoever that idiot is making the point.
Yeah.
Because if you got a range of 1 to 5 and you got 4 categories, and there's a guy who's 2, 3, and 4 and 1 in the categories, he's actually number 1 overall.
yeah,
Because he's better than the guy who's 1 and 5.
yes. The thing about Travis, and maybe this is another shirt, he's a master of all.
Mm-hmm.
Jack of all trades, master of all trades.
Yep. One of one.
Definitely 1 of 1.
Thomas with the $20 super chat. Absolutely love this community. I love y'all. I'm a Colorado kid, born and raised, who lives a half hour outside of Buffalo, New York now. But this season I felt more at home than I have the past 5 years I've lived up here. Sco Buffs and DNVR. Thank you, man. That's an awesome super chat. Gilly with the $5 super chat. What a great way to end the regular season. Feels like it went way too fast. It does. It's unfair.
Does.
I hate it.
Thank you for the super chat.
But we got an extension. We filed for an extension.
The time is blocking this one kind of again, Alyssa. It says, for 2 years, the haters get they shots in on Neely, but...
UNCLENEELY at the pregame show.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Out there in just the real world, look around. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing shit. Like
Not
you might want to
popping.
get your haters
You ain't
up.
popping.
Not popping if you ain't got no haters, man.
When I got haters,
Uncle Neely got the last laugh.
But Uncle Neely got the last laugh on you haters. I love it. Scope.
absolutely. And guess what I'm gonna get next year? Last laugh. Because this team is gonna be better than this team.
Love it. Fila says, tell Jordan Seaton this $5 is for him. Neely
Can't do that.
for protecting Shedeur after the unnecessary roughness. A lot of people like that.
I loved that.
A lot of people love that.
And some people who won't be named near me yelled some wild shit at Oklahoma State after that.
East Coast Kev, our guy. The future looks bright for Colorado. I'm most proud of Seaton for checking that kid who roughed number 2 late.
Let's go.
That's what you want to see out of your lineman. Where's the ESPN notification for that, by the way? Fight on the
crazy.
Oklahoma sidelines incited by Shedeur Sanders.
It's coming.
Portia with the $21 super chat. Thank you for allowing us to join you on this phenomenal journey with the Colorado Buffaloes. I was not able to attend any games, but your commentary made the journey from afar spectacular and meaningful. So grateful for you, Portia. That's awesome.
Let's go.
Let me just say this. Probably, and again, at least one more game left. Probably the most fun I've ever had covering any team.
Oh,
Was
no
this team right
question. No question. Zachary with the super chat. Thanksgiving got us Christmas presents. Today we feasted. Absolutely. Allie with the super chat. Shout out, Allie.
Shout out, Alex.
She says, can't believe this was the last time Travis, Shedeur, and so many others will play at Folsom. I'm going to miss this team so much. Bittersweet.
Yeah, she was going through it at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I was like, man, Shedeur's last pass and Travis's last catch is a touchdown connection. She's like, stop. Make me cry.
Salty Vet, should Colorado retire Travis Hunter's number 12 jersey?
Spiritually.
I say yes.
Spiritually, yes.
No.
Shantae, is there any way in any scenario that the football gods could allow Shiloh, Shedeur, and Travis to play for the same NFL team? Please do a CU football fan a favor and draft up an unreasonable but yet possible scenario.
If you're looking for that to happen immediately, it ain't happening.
No, but
Could
4
that
years
happen
from now,
over the length of their football careers?
be.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Texans were
years
able to
from now.
do something similar a few years ago where they would have grabbed CJ and then
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson.
Do you know
was
how
that
much
2 and
that's going
4?
to cost, though?
Yeah, it's
I'd
just,
do it.
Would that not be worth it? No. What you mean?
You literally would just have Travis and Shedeur on your team for like the next 3
Yeah.
I mean,
years.
people
It's
probably
just-
thought that about Houston,
Just
though.
stop, dog.
Okay.
They're not. Just tell the people they're not going to be on the same team.
They're not.
Exactly. They're not. Not year one.
No, they're not.
Zachary again says, are we getting big Mike Carroll? I'll tell you the same thing we've been saying about Mike Carroll. It's going to be tough, and they're in it, but we'll see.
Okay.
Deanna, $20 super chat. Unc, you are a little subdued today. What's on your mind?
Those cold Coors Lights on the bus.
Let's go.
B. Moore says, this is the end of an era and the beginning of an even better one in Boulder. Sco Buffs. We need Pastor Troy at a game. We ready? Let's go.
That would be nice.
I haven't seen Pastor Smith all year, by the way.
I saw him
in
today.
person, and it's killing me.
He was in my I went live on the field today for pregame, and he made it in.
He's in town.
Yeah.
We need Pastor to come watch the games with us tomorrow. We need all the good juju we can get.
Although this is Friday, I'm pretty sure he's still immediately flying back because he's still like when we have that Saturday even night game. He's back in Atlanta in time to preach at his church.
He's unreal.
Yep.
Wayne is wild.
I don't know.
Let me see. Let me read
He
it.
said, Jake, did you get your peach cobbler? Wayne, love you, brother.
We had pecan pie.
If you didn't get the corner, you didn't get your cobbler. You've got to get the corner.
This is what I'm talking about here. Rue with the super chat. Shout out Jake's Twitter lives this morning. That was
you
fun.
were turned on IG
That was
live today, bro.
fun.
That was dope.
It was lit.
I
Go
was
watch the pregame one. It's actually fire. It's so dope.
Hell yeah, that sounds sick.
Christopher with the $5 super chat. Love seeing reload instead of rebuild as we had of the season. 100%.
That is absolutely what's going to happen.
Kenton says this was a good run. Appreciate you fellas. Go. We ain't done yet, Kenton.
We are not. At
Tyron.
least one more game.
Yep. Tyron. Gonna miss the Shedeur / Travis era buffs, and I'm looking forward to the Juju era SCO MF buffs. Well said, Tyron. Last one from Josh. From the first time Prime and Co. walked through the facilities and viewed all the trophies to now adding a second Heisman, along with whatever else, it's been an amazing ride that I know it's just the beginning. Brings a tear to my eye.
Got a couple more here. A 99.99 super chat from Peter Walker.
Shout out Peter.
This is overdue. You all deserve it. Thanks for the great content, squad.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Peter. That is crazy. Really, really appreciate you. And last one from Don Peasy. Keeping with the family Thanksgiving theme of this team, who in the DNVR crew is the favorite cousin, the crazy uncle, the cook, the favorite auntie, and the conspiracy theorist? I don't know if we have enough characters for all of them.
She's different to you, but Allie's definitely the auntie of DNVR.
Okay, yes, I think that's fair.
Favorite cousin? Dre?
Oh, that fits.
Crazy uncle is Uncle Neely, of course. The cook, Chef Rob. Shout out Chef Rob, by the way. Shout out Chef Solomon, too.
Yep. Chef Solomon might be on Sports Center. Did you see that screenshot I sent you guys?
I don't know who the cook is, but that was a fun super chat.
I'll be the
Thank you, Don
conspiracy
Peasy.
theorist.
Accurate.
And I'll be the ball knower. All right. Anything else before we head out? What a day.
What a day, man.
What a
unbelievable
day.
day.
What a day.
What a season.
That's how I was gonna finish, man. It's a beautiful day to be a Colorado Buffalo.
Yep. Ooh, that's a good one. RG is the cook?
RG is cooking for sure.
He does. Oh, boy.
Let's go get some Coors Lights and Thanksgiving leftovers.
Let's do it, man.
Sounds fire.
We will actually be live, depending on how tomorrow works out. We will either be live tomorrow evening or Sunday morning.
Tomorrow, if there's an emergency show necessary,
Yes.
emergency pod!
Hey, we got to get our guy on it.
That's crazy. And, if there's not an emergency show necessary tomorrow, then we'll be live on Sunday.
Emergency pod.
I see you,
funny
Artemis.
if you say pod.
I see you, Artemis. But we are we need to talk more about what happened last night in terms of recruiting, because it's kind of that season. And again, we didn't do justice to how historical and how amazing last night was.
Well, yep. 52-0.
We'll get to all that. We'll recap the Big 12. We'll be back soon.
I got to go find my belt somewhere in this room.
Love y'all. Let's go Buffs.
Squad.
We all silly like the mayor.